Um, in a capsule learning today, I thought of sharing something very not so comfortable topic with all of us, which is why we need to wake up early. Okay. Not all of us, like I said, are comfortable with this early morning risers. Not all of us are early risers at all. Okay. So a few questions to ask. This is something I used to ask because I'm also not an early riser. Okay. Over a period of time, I've gotten into the habit of waking up early. But this is a question I used to ask myself. And this is something I'm running it through you. So the first question that I would put across to you, all of us have got 24 hours a day. Okay, nobody has got extra time. Everybody has got only 24 hours in a day. So why is it that some people are more successful than others? Okay, a very crucial question. Why is it that some people are more successful than others? It's also one of the reasons being that they wake up early. Okay, yes, you will be surprised. Apart from the strategy, apart from the planning, apart from the success drive and the desire to achieve what they want to achieve, apart from all that, another additional unit that comes into successful people's life is waking up early. Okay, every single soul who is a successful person in his own field has been an early riser. Okay, uh, and it's a saying that says that they start their day when others are fast asleep. So they tend to achieve more when others are sleeping. Okay, their accomplishments, their tasks, their duties, their responsibilities are much more structured, organized, and ticked off even before the world wakes up. Okay, so this is something which is very, very crucial for all of us to understand. Why is early morning rising very critical for people, or people like us, to be more successful? So there are three concepts, three areas that it actually affects. One is the physical area, one is the mental area, and one is the emotional area. Okay, so in the physical area, when you get up early in the morning, what happens to your body clock is, you end up eating, spending some time during the breakfast. So you are not rushing into eating breakfast. You are eating more healthy breakfast. You're eating your first meal. You're breaking your fast of 12 hours of, or 8 hours or 12 hours of non-eating. You're breaking your fast, and you're eating a nutritious, healthy diet. So physical aspect, when you're coming to that part, how is early morning rising adding value to physical aspect? One is healthy eating. Okay, you develop a healthy eating habit, not rushing in, eating aram se, enjoying every morsel, with the nourishment goes into your body. So that is one way of looking at it. The second one is, we get time to exercise. Now exercise can be anything. It'll be nice if you can go out early morning when there is not much of traffic. The air is relatively breathable, relatively less polluted. I will never say no pollution, but less polluted. Your lungs can breathe free. If you can figure out a walking schedule for yourself, great. Put your headphones on, the music that you love, go. You can pick up a cycle for yourself, put your headphones on, go. You don't really need company per se. Okay, or you love Zumba, you love dancing. I love Zumba is something that I am crazy about. Okay, so whether I'm not an early riser, but what I like is dancing, what I love is music. So when I wake up early at, say, about 5 o'clock in the morning, by 5:45 I'm all set. So I'm ready for a 6 o'clock class. Okay, and it peps up my spirit. I'm more smiling, I'm more energetic, and I am excited. Okay, so जो आपको अच्छा लगे वो करो. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, first thing on the physical aspect is, one, your health, eating habits will change for the better. You will eat more healthier. You'll eat more stably. You'll eat more. You'll not rush into or not skip food. So that is very important as far as health is concerned. And you can add one more thing, is your exercise. Okay, whichever mode of exercise that you like, which is dancing, running, cycling, yoga, maybe just a steady cycle at home would also be fine enough. Anything that you can do something for your body. So that will give you that enough half an hour time to rejuvenate yourself. Now that the physical aspect is so finished, let us focus on how early morning ritual or early morning routine affect the mental well-being of each one of us. So I don't know how many of you understand this, but in our culture, okay, Indian culture, there is something called Brahma Muhurtam. Okay, this Brahma Muhurtam starts at 3 in the morning and ends up I think ends up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 to 5. So log कहते हैं, even my own, I remember my grandparents telling me this. He, when you wake up early in the morning, I'm not asking you to wake up at 3, but I'm just saying wake up at 5. So even when you wake up at 5 in the morning, your mind is fresh. There's more silence. There's no much of disturbance. So your focus and concentration will be more higher. Okay, so you will, whatever the work that you initially intend to do, more or less will have less of errors or no errors at all, because your focus is completely there. So your mind has nothing else in it. It will concentrate completely on. So you'll have better concentration. Okay. Second is it enhances your productivity. Like I said, you'll have less errors or probably no errors at all. So your result of work that you intend to do is going to be 10% right. So since there are no distractions, your brain is more focused, you have a lot of clarity of thought. I don't know how many of you have heard this statement. It says, sleep on this thought, sleep on this issue. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning. Okay. So why do they say that? Well, one of the reasons they say is when you wake up in the morning and think on a particular problem, more or less, since you have no other thing to worry or no other thing to distract you, you are more focused, you have more clarity of thought, you have analyzed, your analytical skills, your analysis are much more better and stronger, and the results are much more effective. So think on those lines, how waking up early can add value to your physical being, your mental well-being. And now we are going to the emotional part. Human beings are emotional, so this is something that we all need to control ourselves with. So how do we do that? How does early morning help? It improves the quality of your sleep. When you sleep for the good 8 hours or 7 hours or 9 hours, when you have that peaceful sleep, you wake up fresh. You don't have any hangover. When I say hangover, don't take me otherwise. I don't mean the drinking part hangover. I generally mean that when you have a sleepless night, it is so groggy the whole day. Okay, so when you have that good amount of 7, 8 hours of peaceful sleep with no disturbance, you know, when you wake up in the morning, it's a fresh day. You feel much more satisfied, much more beautiful and contented in the morning itself. Okay, and when you wake up in the morning, when you're talking about the emotional connect, a lot of us have heard about this word called me time. I don't get this me time. मेरे लिए अपना time नहीं होता है. पूरे घर का काम करते हैं. I do professional work. I do home का work. I do endless work. Thanks to COVID, none of us are going out of home. So there's so much of eating and there's so much of people around all the time. And I'm not used to being home. So it is frustrating. I don't have a me time. So this is your time. When you wake up in the morning before the whole world wakes up, when I say the world, I'm talking about people in your house. So when before they wake up and your chores start piling up, this is your me time. वो करो जो आप करना चाहते हो. If you want to really enjoy a good cup of tea, make it the way you want it, with a lot of adrak and lot of elaichi, and make it strong the way you want it. Sip it आराम से चुस्की लेके enjoy करो जो आपने कभी किया नहीं पहले. So this little extra time that you get, please remember, this affects on 3 different levels. Every morning when you get up a little earlier than what the world gets up, or the world around you will get up, 3 places it will affect. One is the physical aspect, one is the mental aspect, and one is the emotional aspect. Okay, so you will, when you come to physical aspect, you can eat well, you'll get time to exercise. When the mental aspect, you can be more focused because there'll be no distractions and your productivity will be much more higher. When it comes to emotional aspect, you will have something called the me time. Okay, and you will have, when you have a good quality sleep, you'll be more at peace with yourself. So keeping this in mind, I have made about 9 tips Okay, very quick 9 tips that I'm going to run you through with my experience. How it will add value if you wake up, how it will add value to your life when you wake up early in the morning. Okay, start slow. Very important thing. Start slow. Suppose you're a person who rises or wakes up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hota hai. You wake up early. You're not an early riser, but now you want to get into a routine of waking up early. अच्छी बात है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. This thought itself is very nice. So how do you put it to action? When your body clock is used to waking up at 8, you cannot put an alarm clock at 5. You know your body will not be used to it. So be more sensitive towards yourself. Be more sensitive and sensible towards yourself. So what do? You start it slow. Now what do? You start putting an alarm for 7 o'clock. Then we run it for 7 o'clock for about a week or two. Then we push it again to 6 o'clock. Then once we do that 6 o'clock routine, then we will move it to 5 o'clock. Okay. It is always advisable to go slow, because the moment you do a 8 o'clock AM shift and advance it to a 5 AM shift, your body clock will not take. For the first 2-3 days will be all good. You'll be happy that you're doing it. But in the long run, it will hit you very, very bad. So go slow. Okay. Be watchful about what your body says. Second important point, sleep early. Obviously, if you have to wake up early, you have to sleep early. And this has to be a ritual. It has to be a routine. You have to do it every single day, no matter what. 10 बजे अगर आपकी घर की आपका दुकान बंद होना है, when I say दुकान बंद, I mean work, your laptop should be closed, your phone should be on silent. Good night to everybody must have been done. You're brushing your teeth, or you're taking a bath, all should be sorted. By 10, you should be in bed. Yes, initially you will have a struggle to sleep, doesn't matter. But over a period of time, you will get used to it. There are many multiple exercises that you can do to get yourself to sleep early and get to sleep when you're in bed. You can go through a lot of YouTube channels. There's a lot of videos there. There are lots of written information on Google. Figure out what works for you. There could be meditation music. I love meditation music. I love it. Whether I meditate or not, I don't know. It puts me to sleep very well. So that helps me. Whatever helps you to put you to bed, do it. Okay, but your clock time has to clock out by 9:30, 10 max. Otherwise, you cannot wake up at 5 in the morning. Having said, set an alarm. This is one thing I don't do anymore because my body clock has gotten used to it. But people who are trying it for the first time, this is my sincere advice to each one of you. Do not put your phone or an alarm clock closer to your bed. Put it probably a little away, or put it on your workstation, which is a little away, where you have to get up and walk a step or two. Because when you have to get up and walk to even switch off the alarm, you have already woken off your bed. You will not be able to go back again with that amount of sleep. So let it be away from you. The more further, the better. This is my personal experience. That is what I'm sharing. Do not keep it near your phone or near your bed, because it's easier to put it back to snooze again. And that is not a ritual you and I are looking at. Okay? So alarm clock rakhna hai, rakhe. But keep it away from you, so you have to walk a distance to shut it off. Next, very important, the moment you've done the switching of an alarm, do not come back to the bedroom. Do not come back to the bed. Go outside, because the bed is very tempting and inviting, especially when you are so groggy in the morning. Anything works. So I personally, what I do is, the moment the alarm, I used to do earlier, is put an alarm further away from me, switch it off, and first thing open my bedroom door and walk and sit in the sofa in the hall. I will still be groggy, I will not lie to you, but it is much better than seeing the bed, which is more inviting. Go back to the hall, sit in a chair, don't lie down, sit in a chair, give yourself some time. Your body needs to get used to it, respect that. Okay, but get out of your bedroom. Don't see your bed. That is my suggestion. Fifth point that I'm trying to put across now is, find an inspiration that will keep you going and waking up early in the morning. Inspiration could be like I have one, which is my Zumba class. Your inspiration could be somebody whom you look forward to seeing at the walking, anything works. Anything works. I remember one of my friend who is about 6'1" in height and a good well-built guy, a very beautiful person that I know. And I have never seen. He and I promised that we will stick to our exercise regime. And I'm talking about 3 years back. I used to see him even wake up on Sundays, okay, early in the morning and do his ritual and then go to his gym and work out. And I used to always end up asking him, "Karte kya ho yaar? Sunday bhi karna hota hai. What is it that?" And then I realized the gym that he goes to is where Rakul Preet comes. Okay, anything works. Any inspiration works. You can have anything that you want, but it should be inspiring for you to get up in the morning. Okay, so I remember after some time I dropped going to the gym. So he told me, "Why are you not coming?" And I told him because for me my favorite is Mahesh Babu, and I said Mahesh Babu doesn't come to the gym. I have no inspiration, so I stopped. So that's the fun part that I'm trying to tell you. But any inspiration works. Have an inspiration that helps you. Okay, choose the one that you prefer the most. Okay, that makes you happy. The next very important point, which is the 6th point, is consider a reward. People will not give you, and do not expect it from people. You're doing it for yourself, right? Waking up in the morning is your routine. Okay, going for an exercise is your routine, something that you wanted to do. Gift yourself something nice. We all deserve some amount of gift. The gift could be coming Sunday, 10 rupees ka golgappa. Okay, chota mota asha. That's okay. Okay, gift yourself that. Provided it's not every week. Okay, if 1 month I have done it without breaking a routine, or 2 weeks I've done it without breaking even a routine once, I think I deserve a reward. What is your reward? 10 rupees ka golgappa khayenge. Good enough. Anything that adds you, encourages you, makes you more enthusiastic, makes you feel more successful, do it. Okay, so reward yourself as and when it is required. Okay, use that extra time that you get before the world gets up. Use that extra time to enhance your skill of learning a new language or reading a new article, enhancing a new subject, getting yourself equipped and skilled for a certain thing. Okay, so these are things that you need to work around. Now, I told you I love Zumba. Okay, I love dancing, and I've enrolled myself for to be a certified Zumba instructor. Now that is something that I look forward to. So my early morning ritual of getting up is that I need that certification by 2021. Okay, so that is what inspires me to get up early in the morning and do what I love to do the most. So kuch bhi karo, wo extra time, use it to add value to yourself, make you a better person. Okay, another very important thing, eat at least 3 hours before your bedtime. So we are looking at clocking out at 10. Then your last meal should be at 7 in the evening, because it takes time to digest the food. And I advise all of you to go half stomach. Okay, you're used to eating say 4 parathas or 4 fulkas or whatever, then go half meal. Mushkil hai, but impossible nahi hai. Aadat ho jayegi, dheere dheere hogi, lekin hogi. So give yourself some time. Start eating at 7, so your body gets used to digesting it, and then 10 o'clock you can shut your clock. So that is the way anybody would advise you. Any yoga instructor would also say the same thing. Okay, so eat early, sleep early, so you can wake up early. Last but not the least, stay committed and keep your routine going no matter what. So the consistency should remain. Are barish gir gaya, aaj nahi jayenge. That should not happen. You still wake up, but do a different regime. You used to do cycling, so today you do on the spot jogging, or you do your treadmill, or you do maybe switch on music and do some Zumba hand movement, leg movement for the next 45 minutes. Kuch bhi karo, utho, get up from that bed and do your routine. Immaterial if the routine is not the same what you've been doing every day, for this day being an exception. So please do what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel satisfied. So every person who now gets into a routine of waking up early will be moving more closer to being more successful in what he desires to achieve. God bless you all.